Welcome to the vlog, welcome to No Boring Days. Today we're going to talk about what every cyclist should have, like the essentials. I'm not going to include the bike in the 10 things because obviously you're a cyclist, so you have a bike. Let's head on over to the bike garage. The first essential you need is a proper bike pump, like a real bike pump, like a floor pump. Get a good floor pump. Don't just rely on the small mini pump. It might be tempting to cheap out and just get the mini pump, but the mini pumps kind of suck. If there was a better alternative to having a mini pump while on the road, then I would get that. So your first essential should definitely be a floor pump and a mini pump. The mini pumps suck, but you need it in case you get a flat on the road. But the floor pump you really need because you want to have good tire pressure every time you go out on a ride. Before every ride, I always check the tire pressure and I always pump up my bikes, whether I'm running tubeless or interior tubes. Speaking of interior tubes, that is your second essential. You want to have extra interior tubes just in case you do get a flat. Getting a flat sucks, and you want to be able to change your tire. Along with the inner tube, you gotta have tools, all the tools required to change an inner tube. The tools are the third essential. I like to go with a small mini tool. And of course, you need to have tire levers. Basically all the tools you need to change a flat. Those are the essential tools. Don't forget to learn how to fix a flat as well. I suggest practicing at home so you don't have to practice in the middle of the road while on a bike ride. The fourth essential is bike lube. Here, let's get the bike lube. Dry lube for dry conditions, wet lube for wet conditions. Because the thing with the dry lube, once it rains, the dry lube tends to wash out. And then the wet lube, if it's dry and dusty, then the dust tends to stick on the wet lube. So wet lube for wet conditions. When it rains, at least your chain is still lubricated. Dry lube just because it's a lot cleaner than wet lube on a regular day. The next essential on the list is make sure you get yourself a helmet, a bike helmet. I like to have 2 bike helmets at least. I just alternate them, if I ride yesterday with this one, then I'm using this one today, and then tomorrow I'll probably go back to this one. It's just a lot easier in terms of like cleaning, and it doesn't get that icky because at least I can just wash it after every ride. Nice and easy. Yeah, helmets, they protect your brain. Number 6 on the list is get comfortable bicycle clothing. Now, I don't necessarily mean get Lycra or get all the tight-fitting clothing. Just get clothing that you are comfortable in. Here in the Philippines, it tends to get really hot, and once you go on a bike ride, you tend to sweat a lot. So I don't usually like wearing cotton shirts. I usually like wearing some sort of dry fit shirt. That's just because it wicks the sweat away, it dries easily, and it's just a lot more comfortable. So wear something comfortable on the bike. Usually cycling specific clothing tends to be quite comfortable, even though you might not be used to it yet because of, it's tight or whatever. Another thing to get is a good pair of shades. Now, because when it gets sunny, you don't want sun in your eyes, and you can just wear this. Or I managed to get this from Rock Bros. Keeps the wind out of my eyes. It's kind of smudgy right now. I need to clean it. But it keeps the wind out of my eyes, and at least if it gets cloudy, I can still have shades on. After wearing shades a lot, I found it to be quite uncomfortable without the pair of shades. So I like wearing the shades. When going out on bike rides, it is an opportunity for me to disconnect from the world. No one's sending me a message, or if they are, I usually read it after the ride. Disconnect from the internet, disconnect from everything, and just enjoy the bike ride. But that being said, one of the essentials on a bike ride is a cell phone. Bring a cell phone with you. Just because if something happens, at least you can call someone to help you out. Sometimes you're super far away or up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, and the best thing to do is ask a friend, ask your wife, ask your mom, ask your brother, your sister to pick you up. And it's happened a few times for me. Yeah, so bring a phone. Oh, also, if you don't have like a bike computer or anything, then you can just use your phone to track your rides. Although that is not an essential for a bike ride. If you don't want to track your rides, you don't need to track your rides. It's just fun to do if you want to do it. Now that we've established that you're probably going to be bringing stuff while on a bike ride, stuff like your phone, maybe even bring some money. Yeah, that's usually a good idea. You might want to have a place to put all of it. You could use your pockets, but cycling with stuff on your pockets is, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, and it's nice to just bike without having things weighing you down. So I like using a bicycle bag. This is a handlebar bag. You can put this on top of your handlebars, and when it's on your handlebar, the bike is carrying all that weight, so you can put as much stuff as you want in there. I have done super long rides with this full of snacks and bike bags. I wholeheartedly recommend. The last thing I recommend if you have a bike is a place like a work stand for your bike. Any work stand, it can just be like one of those small stands that hang on the ground, or one of those fancy stands that put the bike up. What I have is a wall stand. Here it is over here. And I use this stand almost every day. When I work on my bike, when I clean my bike, I put it here. Let me show you how I do it. See, the work stand makes everything easier. If I want to work on the bike, clean the bike, do anything, this saves me a lot of time and is a lot easier for me personally. So that's it. I think that's everything you need if you're a cyclist. All the essentials. Oh, and if you like drinking water or liquids while on a bike ride, you probably should also get water bottles. Anyway, if you have anything else that you think I missed, is there a cycling essential that I did not mention in the video, please put it on down in the comments below. Let me know about it. I tend to be a bit forgetful. Okay, comment below. No boring days, please subscribe.